We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Feels good. Feels good to be back. It feels like more than a week since we talked to Nino, doesn't it?
It's felt like a long time since you've done this.
I totally agree. I don't know why. That was a long week, apparently.
And I don't even do it all the time. Like, I'm not on every single one like you.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't be either. Like, people would probably enjoy if I wasn't here every time.
We need to get, what's the app that Jim has that he's making?
Chat GPT.
Chat GPT, and then have a spoken, like some kind of dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we already have you. Never mind.
You guys,
so cool to hear live.
You have probably noticed our special guest sitting right here beside me, Mr. Daniel Sweeney, aka Parm,
Yeah.
aka the Big Parmesan, aka Garlic Parm Express.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah,
Come on, keep it going, bro. Don't
What else-
stop.
what else do we got?
AKA
The Miege.
the
was there.
Mijin season, I believe, was
Yeah.
there for a while.
Robo Parm.
Robo Parm on Fight Night. Yep.
So here's the thing, like, you guys have not met him. Many of you haven't met him, but many of you have experienced his work, his expertise, and so he's been handling that camera on the live shows.
Hi, baby.
And we call him Robo Parm because he has this big old vest, and you see him in the aisle for the walkouts. That's the man right there. He's capturing gold. That Visoki knockdown, that was Parm.
Yep.
It wasn't Visoki.
That was Parm that knocked
It was
him out.
Parm.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I seen it. If you watch the footage closely and you slow it down, you can actually see Parm's fist enter the cage. Kind of an unfair advantage, but thankfully the ref didn't notice, so that was good. Parm, how heavy before you got that bodysuit?
Oh.
How hard was that on your armadillos?
Yeah, that was the first show with that.
that
right?
was Flood City 2.
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah.
That was my first show with you all. That was not fun. I think it was probably about a 3.5 hour, 4 hour show.
Yeah.
And the mechanism that I operate, if I can say it as fancy of a way as I can think of.
Yeah.
It's on a gimbal. I'm sure plenty of people are familiar with a gimbal, but it's just this motorized support system for a camera that makes movements smooth.
Right.
That night I had to hold the gimbal with the camera on it out in front of my body for about 4 hours straight. I got to set it down between fights and things, but
he was allowed.
Yeah. He had to ask permission.
Yeah, he
but
said, "Can I set it down now?"
Mr. Ryan, sir. He told me to call him sir, very specifically and aggressively.
You call me sir.
But yeah, that was not great. So I put together a little pitch. You thought it was going to cost $30,000, and then the vest was, honest to God, a lifesaver because it allows me to do such fantastic shots. And like, you guys are paying me some serious compliments, and I appreciate it. But I'm working with some great gear and some excellent performances from the fighters. So like, you could shoot it on an iPhone 4 and it would look cool. Some of these knockouts, you know.
Well,
but yeah.
if you haven't experienced it, when you see a show, one of our or highlights or anything like that, if you see something in the cage that looks like clearer than everything else, that's that camera, that's that show, and that's Parm, who's in the cage doing the post-fight interviews, who's in the cage doing the pre-fight like walkouts when the fighters walk down the during walkouts and when they're getting greased up. That's all Parm. And so the reason why that camera's great, Parm's great, it's a great combination.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys just go watch any fight or live stream on 247 Live, you're already where you're watching the podcast right now on this site. If you go watch a fight, it's very notable when it's the Sony shot. You can tell a huge difference between the quality and just the overall aesthetic of it is really cool. So I'm really, like you said, it's great gear, but got a great operator too.
Oh, shucks. Thanks, buddy.
Aw, look at you two BFFs.
You know, just
So
some West Virginia, university boys having fun.
A couple mountaineers.
It's really cute seeing it.
It
Just
is cute,
saying.
and we have something really cute for the viewers today, Ryan. Too.
So
This
cute.
is a kind of a cool episode.
This is the episode where, like, the people that regularly watch, like, you get a big bonus.
Yeah.
Like, you get to know, you get to be in the know. You get to know, like, the things we aren't going to announce for a little bit, you already know now. You're probably going to tell some people, but honestly, what you should be telling them is you guys need to watch this podcast too.
Yeah. This is the air horn episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, half the content is going to be earphone. The rest
We
of the
need
time.
we need somebody to it's so extended. Need to rewatch this episode and put like a counter in the bottom right every air horn.
It's a drinking game.
Yeah. Oh, that should be the game. Take
There
a
you
drink every
go.
time there's an air horn.
Don't encourage him, Al.
Danny Palm is killing people with this episode.
All right. So what we want to do
Pretty tasty, right?
is we're gonna like give you guys a clue about like the bouts that have been signed. Listen, there's a bunch of verbally agreed to bouts on both sides, but like either contracts haven't gone out or just went out within the last day or two, or like contracts haven't gone out yet. But what we're going to announce today is Sprawl in the Burgh on July 14th. We have a bunch of bouts signed, and we're literally every bout that is signed on both sides. We're going to tell you about.
We're going to tell you it. And I want to set expectations a little bit, because if you guys watch this show a lot, you know when we make a fight announcement, we usually go in depth with it a good bit. We tell you a lot about each person. We tell you what you can expect. Sprawl in the Burgh is not only our first grappling show, but it's the first time a lot of these people have competed for us, or quite frankly, we've ever heard their names, because there's a lot of people in the grappling world that do not fight MMA. So we've never worked with them. So we're not going to be able to tell you everything about some of these guys like we normally can. But that said,
here's what we will do is we'll tell you what gym they're out of.
yes,
We'll tell you what their weight class they're grappling at.
their belt level.
We'll tell you their belt level. Or some of these guys are like they don't do
Yeah.
gi.
Yeah.
And ours is all no gi. So we kind of like give them like an experience type of like about what belt rank would they be based on their experience.
And that's all coaches. Like today, I just asked Isaac about somebody today. I'm like,
Isaac?
Isaac Greeley. Have you heard of him? He's a very notable figure in the Pittsburgh MMA landscape and wrestling, grappling,
Yeah, pretty much.
chiropractic,
He's like
humanity.
If you were to like Mr. Olympia Pittsburgh,
it would be
it would be
higher
Isaac.
angle.
Well,
okay.
I'm gonna say
They can battle it out.
Yeah.
When you,
He is an Olympian.
well, I mean, he is literally an Olympian with a broken freaking neck.
I meant like the statue. I'm just saying the statue guy.
Holding the globe. Would he be like?
That's Atlas.
That's Atlas. Hold it.
Whatever,
Yeah.
guys. You guys are too worried about like
Semantics.
details.
About getting things right.
Yeah.
Correct. Like so overrated.
It's not about how right you are.
It's about how it feels.
How aggressively can you assert something?
36 drinks you guys should be up to. 36.
And they're dead. All right, guys, let's kick it off.
We have a white belt.
We got a white belt.
We have a white belt, a couple signed, sealed, and ready to go. You don't even have a list in front of you.
I should probably do that.
I'm gonna mispronounce everyone's name.
That's really why I love these podcasts. I like to hear you try to say names.
Okay, I think I got both of these two guys' names right.
Okay.
So out of Octane MMA, we love those guys down in Monongahela, I believe, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's in Monongahela.
Yeah.
And we have this will be at a 195-pound bout. We have Rich Boyles.
It's pronounced Reich.
Yeah. Rich Boyles versus fighting out of Flood City Jiu Jitsu in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. We have Brent Mack.
Love
this
it.
is at 195 pounds. These are white belts.
So along the lines of what I was saying earlier, this is cool for us because these are two gyms that we don't work with super regularly. It's going to be cool to get that exposure with new people. They can, on the flip side, They can see how we do things. It's going to be cool. They're going to have good footage now to share for their gym, help promote their gyms and things like that. So this is cool for us. A matchup like this, we love this.
And I think we have worked with Octane. It's been a while. I think Chad down there. Chad's taken over the gym down there, to my knowledge. I'm going off of,
Memory.
having stopped in there recently within the last year or two. I think, Chad took over from the previous owner, and they actually moved locations as well. Love the new location. It's a great spot. If that's where they're still at, but those guys are awesome, and we're looking forward to Flood City Jiu-Jitsu working with those guys as well. We did have our show previously in a couple shows in Johnstown. Don't think they had anyone competing in an MMA, so we get to work with those guys.
Yeah, love it. Love working with new people, always. We are rolling on steel white belts out of stout, 175 pounds, white belt. I may have already said that. Austin Warman. First off, Warman, perfect last name for fighting, Warman.
The Warman.
Versus Zach Reckline, or Recklian. Not sure how you say that one. I'm sorry, buddy. From
I'm going
Wallace
with
Fitness
Reckline.
Center. Yeah, I think I was right the first time. So we've got a 175 white belt matchup there. Austin Warman, Zach Reckline, another banger. I like these stout white belts for sure. That's going to be fun for us because stout is always feeding, and we've talked to Wilkins, and that's kind of the game plan for a lot of guys. I know Wilkins specifically was excited when we launched Sprawl in the Burgh because he was like, have a lot of guys who think they want to fight in the future, but not quite ready for a fight. It'll be good to get their feet wet with a grappling super fight first.
Yeah, and I think that this atmosphere will be very similar to the atmosphere and the feeling. You're going to be in the cage. It's going to be there will be some differences in the look and feel of our grappling show versus our MMA shows, but you're going to have the same feeling, so that if you do decide to, you're dipping your toe now, you will feel more at home if you do take that leap to MMA.
Yeah, and how many grappling shows have a parm walking you down the aisle with a camera in your face? You know what I mean? That's going to be a cool experience for them.
There's not been a one yet.
Yeah.
You haven't lived until you have Parm
Stalking
you down the aisle.
That's true. That's a real treat.
There's so many layers of jokes that I can't even go to.
Sure.
I have to audible. We got to go off track a little bit because Parm recently texted me something, Ryan, that I think you're going to super enjoy. He texted me. He was at work. Yeah. Because I texted him I called him and he didn't answer. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I was down a rabbit hole. I was researching Google images of wheels of Parmesan cheese because I'm going to get a tattoo of a wheel of Parmesan cheese.
Wait. Is this... Wait. What?
Yeah,
But it got better.
sure.
Because not only, he's like, so it turns out
How could it not get better?
Parmesan cheese is not the most photogenic thing out there.
It's a
Turns
big,
out.
greasy drum-shaped thing.
But what do you add to Parmesan cheese to make it even better? Garlic, right?
I mean, I would... Okay, sure.
And he's like, I was also thinking about adding garlic to the tattoo. They say you should get tattoos about things you're passionate about, and I am passionate about garlic.
I care about it a lot.
I mean...
It's very important.
I this is millennial importance. I mean, this is totally right down that.
Garlic's been important for a long time.
I mean,
It's not just us.
so
I get
many
it.
ways.
Yeah, I
In
get
so
that,
many
dude.
ways.
But yeah, Parm has been a nickname of mine for almost a decade now.
That's crazy to think, but truly, that was 2013 or 14.
You
yeah.
guys are
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, somehow.
You got old.
Yeah, I guess
Hurt.
that's what happens when you keep getting up in the morning. You
Yeah.
get older.
Every day. It's like a
Oh
thing.
no.
But I don't know.
You like wheel 365 of those in a row. Like it's a whole like
Yeah,
number in your
yeah,
regular thing.
yeah. Numbers get bigger.
Yeah.
Is the way that works. I heard. But like, Yeah,
Death puts an end to that, though.
It's
Just
what
like,
eventually. Some sooner than others. But Parm has been a nickname for a long time. And the original idea was the Kraft shaky cheese. I thought that would look very like Andy Warhol, Campbell's condensed soup can kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where is this tattoo gonna go?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Forehead's probably the best.
I was thinking somewhere a little less job stoppery.
Okay.
But
Jobs are kind of overrated.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of having a job.
Yeah. that's been a breakthrough for you.
I've
in the last-
not had jobs, and I've had jobs, and let me tell you, it's a lot better when you have one.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's pretty cool.
it's not the job that's the best part, though. It's actually not.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like retirement is great.
Sure.
Mm.
But you have to retire from a job.
See, I'm actually I'm actually like, I mean, it may change. I'm 45. I have a lot to go before retirement.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can retire.
I say that all the time to Nicole.
I
Yep.
don't. There's no.
I don't think
like,
so.
I can't.
I'm never going to be able to just stop.
Yeah,
Fin-
I don't
Financially
want
or
to.
emotionally?
Emotionally.
Emotionally,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
I got no problem.
yeah. See, I'm like, I'm on vacation and I'm like, I want to have fun. Like, let me get to work.
Let me work on the beach. This is going to be awesome.
I love working on the beach. That's the best work.
There's something wrong with both of y'all.
I do like to play golf. I think I could play golf for
I
a
was
living.
gonna say,
Yeah.
as soon as you play golf 5 days in a row once, you're
Yeah.
gonna be like, okay, retirement's all right. I
Yeah.
guess.
I think I could get into that life.
Yeah. No. Not,
I'm
not for
actually,
me.
I gotta say, I'm a little hurt you guys didn't approach me for the grappling. I'm a white belt. I got my white belt in karate from the Greensburg YWCA.
I'm pretty sure that's why
I
we
was
didn't.
7.
I was 7. Okay.
And let me tell you,
Who issued
it
that?
don't
belt to you?
expire.
Hang on.
I think her last name was Slivenovich.
Sounds right.
Yeah,
It's very
just a-
Greensburg.
The classic
Karate
Western
Did he just
Pennsylvania.
sneeze?
Slavenovich.
Gesundheit. And
We have some blue belts to announce.
Hang on.
This
One
is
more
the
thing. I
Rabbit
promise.
Hole podcast.
I'm just
It
saying,
is.
I'm walking around at about 175, 180 right now. So if you need me to,
Hey, challengers. Oh, wait. The other thing we got to do, you're going to do something, but let's not forget to integrate some like
MMA.
challenges.
Yeah. Absolutely. Speaking of challenges, this is great. This is where I was going. He is a white belt certified by the Miller brothers, Jim and Dan Miller. The first trip we ever went on, this is insane. I highly
ancient
recommend
history.
all of you watching this need to go to YouTube. If you don't know it when I say it, Dan Miller has one of the nastiest guillotine wins in mixed martial arts history.
We've actually talked about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, just YouTube Dan Miller insane guillotine, and I'm sure it'll come up. It looks like he's literally ripping this dude's head off. His head is like it's
it's
the
in the
nastiest
weird
angle of his neck. You're like, he killed him. He's
Yeah.
dead. He's definitely dead.
His
His
ear
neck
was
is
against
snapped.
his sternum.
So we watched that. We're in the woods with the Miller brothers camping for a Bleacher Report road trip, like feature profile.
This is like
2014.
You say this like when you were doing this, you may have talked about this too. Like, no, people don't go camping with the Miller brothers.
It was cool. I'm very #blessed for that trip. That was amazing. Yes.
Okay, stop talking
And
about that. Blessed.
and we're talking about the guillotine, obviously reliving it. And Parm may have been drinking a little homemade brandy from the Miller brothers.
I think blackberry brandy. if I
Blackberry
remember.
brandy. That sounds right. Plum?
No.
No, blackberry. Okay.
Plum tie.
Plum tie. Yeah. So Parm's a little liquored up at this point, and he goes, "Do it to me, Dan. I'll let you do it to me."
We were doing it for the views.
And we were going to record it. We were going to film it. And Dan, showing what a pro he is, just refused. He's like,
Outright.
"Dude, I am absolutely not doing that to
Yeah.
you.
Listen,
You might die."
Dan Parm is from the WWE world, the WWF world, the world where guys smack reporters as hard as they possibly can to prove how real it is. Dan Miller is
That's a
from
deep cut.
Dan Miller's from the old school MMA where I don't need to convince you how bad I am.
You know.
Yeah,
You know.
you better know. So
Yeah.
a little different. No
He's a bad
Dr. D,
dude.
no David Schultz on you, huh?
No, thank God, because I actually ended up having brain surgery about 6 months later, and I feel like that could have sped things along.
I remember that. You got home and were feeling weird, and yeah, brain surgery right after that.
That could have been that's why Dan Miller's smart enough not to kill people.
Could have been the brandy.
Or it could have fixed it.
Or that.
We'll never know.
Don't we have
Dang it.
don't we
42
have
drinks, everyone.
don't we have a challenge for the
We do.
viewers? Listen,
we do, ladies
guys,
and gentlemen.
we have a challenge. There are people that need matched.
Okay.
First one.
Ben Schweiger, 2-2, welterweight, will also fight at 155 amateur MMA.
So 155 to 170, 2-2 fighter. We need to match him for Brawl in the Burgh 17, July 15th.
Yep. His manager, Ross Thornton, texted me. Ross is awesome, first of all. Shout out, Ross. You rule, dude. Always awesome working with you. I am sorry we haven't been able to get this done yet, but he gave me a quote to read on air from Ben Schweiger's manager, : "There's no way there's this many scared 170ers. Everyone wants to fight until it's Ben's name on the contract. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. So someone answer the call and come fight the best amateur welterweight in the world."
Wow.
These are words, Ross.
That's not
That's a
that's not putting
challenge.
it lightly.
No, he threw it out there, and hey, to his credit, nobody's fighting this guy yet.
Be the
I mean,
man, be
there,
We're
the man.
trying.
There have been people say, "Nope, don't want that."
It's happened.
Wow.
It's happened.
So
So if you want on Brawl in the Burgh against Ben Schweiger, let us know. Let's do
challenge.
this.
That's challenge one.
If I
Threw it
wasn't
down.
If I wasn't running the camera, I'd be him.
Hey, you just said 175, 180, a little lightweight
Yeah,
cut.
you
You're
can
in.
cut a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm. Just
Yeah.
a little less Chick-fil-A.
All right, we got some blue belts.
Yeah.
Lay some blue belts on us, Ryan.
All right, I think I can pronounce these two guys too. We have a guy from Stout, Pittsburgh. This is going to be at 185 pounds. We have Andrew Dwyer, and his opponent will be out of the shop. And he's also, obviously, also at 185 pounds. Hunter Gerber. Hunter Gerber and Andrew Dwyer, 185 pounds. Stout Pittsburgh versus the shop.
Love that one. Love that one. I think that's a really fun matchup. Just based on what I've heard from Taylor Cahill, obviously heavily involved, owns the shop, runs the shop, does everything at the shop. He says Hunter's been like dying to compete. So I always like when dudes are just genuinely excited to compete for us. Like, I'm not doing this because it's my job. I just literally want to get in there. It's always a good thing when you want to. So yeah, love that. Another blue belt matchup. Also 185 pounds. Out of Indio Dojo, Addison Miller is taking on Bobby Cowball from Octane MMA.
Because
Also,
I want to be a cowboy, baby. Oh, you said cowboy.
I actually want to drink after that one so I can forget it.
I see people are smiling right now.
Our live viewers at home loved that one. Nothing they love
Our
more than
viewing just plummeted. Please don't ever sing again, Ryan.
Kid Rock, bringing it
I was
home.
gonna ask.
Octane MMA versus Indio Dojo, right?
You were going, yes, sir. You were going to
Loving
what, Bar?
Oh, I was just gonna double check that was in fact Kid Rock.
It was.
It was
It
Cowboy,
absolutely
baby.
was. Unfortunately.
Sorry, that was not important at all. Please continue.
That was Rye Rock.
We have. Just gonna move past that. We have a rematch.
But wait, we have a blue belt. We have a blue belt that we already announced. We just want to re-announce that.
Oh, okay. Are we doing that too? Jess
Yeah,
Elizabeth Stout, Jess Elizabeth versus Kylie Sapola from Gracie Baja, Beaver County. Love that one.
I would have totally butchered Kylie's last name.
I may have too. It's either Cipolla or Sapola, or neither of those.
You went confident. I was a believer.
That's how you do names. You just
Well-
act like you know it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I see that.
But
Are you talking about the rematch?
the rematch? I am hyped about this.
Bro. So if you guys didn't see this fight, if you get 247 live, you can go back and watch this fight. The replay is insane. It was,
Fight of the year contender.
yeah, it was something special.
Comeback
And
of the year
now
contender.
these two are grappling, and it's a rematch.
Dude, this is hype. This one is hype.
It's the Mat Factory. It's Gorilla House. It's a huge rematch. We have Justin Pippins, J Pip versus Dan Albright at the heavyweight division.
Them big boys gonna throw down this. That was actually at Flood City Fight Night too. So you saw this one.
Right. Yeah.
Huge comeback by Dan Albright.
Yeah.
Almost died like 3 times and still came back to just TKO
Yeah.
Pippins by like the last second
Yeah.
of round 2. It was
was-
an insane fight. Insane fight.
It was incredible. Now, that was also a time where I think Jay was not too happy with the referee jumping in there.
Exactly. So there's definitely unfinished business with this
Yeah,
one.
he thought like he was covering up enough, like he wasn't getting hurt, like it was, but he was also like there was a lot of ground and pound happening. How much of it was getting through? He says very little, and the ref thought otherwise. And those refs try to protect them as well. They're amateur fighters.
Yeah, that's their job.
Right.
But
right.
that was a tough loss for him. So he's looking to really get that back.
So just so we're clear, Dan, J Pip, this is jujitsu.
Yeah.
No strikes. Okay.
There's no combat part
It
of
is
this
not combat
jujitsu.
jujitsu. I know you guys would love to punch each other in the face again, but not here.
Not her.
It's going to be a really fun one because they're 2 grappling based heavyweights anyway. This
Yeah.
is fantastic. Love that.
They're 2 grappling based heavyweights that can really unload bombs.
They can let it rip.
They're terrifying dudes, honestly. They're so big.
Yeah.
Man, I wish the
Monsters.
next
Yeah.
listed bout was signed.
know.
It's agreed to. We can't announce it.
I saw it on the list. That's fun.
You can announce the next one.
The next one,
We're moving
we're
into
purple belts now.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, also, Ryan kind of said it, but since this is no gi and no gi ranks don't really exist formally, these are technically purple belts, but a lot of it is just for our internal reference of like the level their coaches say they are sometimes. So it could be a white belt that grapples like a brown belt, and we're going to match him against a brown belt level guy. Anyway, I think these are 2 legit purple belts, though. Out of the Mat Factory.
The Mat Factory?
Somebody you guys all know and love, I'm sure.
I think he also goes to high ground.
And high ground, indeed. Tommy Costa, influence there. Shout out, Tommy. Malik Schumann is going to take on, out of Indio Dojo.
Indio Dojo.
I should have said it confidently. I'm going to ruin this last name. Ian Binotto. Love it.
Ian Benato.
At 215 pounds, also. Some big old boys getting in there. So I love that one.
That's a weight class?
Well, it is for grappling.
Great.
Yeah, yeah.
So how it kind of loosely works for grappling is like every pound ending on the 5.
Mhm.
So it's 10 apart. So
Right.
it starts at like 115, 125, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75. And it literally goes to 10-pound increments until you get to 25, and then you're in heavyweight.
Yeah,
Got it.
Just
Okay, that's the
over
cutoff.
225.
Okay.
Yeah.
Generally, I mean, you could also have like if you have 2 lighter heavyweights that want to do it at like a catch weight of 35 so that they're staying about the same size, like they can do that too. But there's no real rules to that. You can kind of do what makes sense for everyone.
Gotcha.
So speaking of heavyweights, it's signed on one side. So I'm going to tell you the one side that's signed. You know what? You guys watching a live podcast, you get a special treat.
Special treatment.
David Krause is coming back. You may remember him from his 14-second knockout at Flood City Fight Night. Ridiculous performance. That was one. That was one. Yeah. Ridiculous performance out of the shop. David Krause has a heavyweight matchup. He is signed. His opponent has not signed yet, but we fully expect him to. I don't think there's any hang up there. Just matter getting it done. So it's a banger matchup too. Excited to have David back in there. He's had a lot of injuries, a lot of time off. I know he wants to eventually get back to fighting as well, but one step at a time. And he's got an awesome banger of a matchup awaiting. So David Krause is coming back. Who we got after that?
You need to say that in the mic, bro. No one can hear that.
I didn't want him to hear that. More women, I believe, for the next one. Eh? Purple belt.
I think
I
can pronounce these two.
I got faith.
All right. Fighting out of Stout, Pittsburgh. We have, this is a 175-pound bout. Rachel Shuri. I saw an L there. I put an L in there automatically.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the person I was worried about butchering. That's
You
the
sucked
worst
yourself
part.
out. That's good.
Rachel Shuri versus Gabrielle Giordano.
Nailed that. I'm pretty sure you nailed that one.
Boom.
Out of Scranton MMA. She actually fought for us at Flood City Fight Night.
That's
Yeah.
why I knew her.
That's nice.
I cheated.
It's all right. That's good. You got to cheat with the names sometimes. Love to see that. Sticking with purple belts. We already announced this one, but we're going to say it again. Out of 8-point focus, the Madman, a Pittsburgh MMA staple and legend.
This.
Dude. Charlie Gathers versus the Ultimate Fighter 31, McGregor versus Chandler competitor.
Currently, like, this is the current season of
Yeah.
The Ultimate
The
Fighter.
one that is about to debut at the end of the month.
coming out soon. Right now, they've already filmed. He's back, and he's going to be competing for us.
Killer.
How awesome.
Mando Gutierrez out of Primed Combat and Murcielago MMA in Michigan. Love that matchup. They're both, these dudes are
You
so
just
excited.
said Murcielago without a problem.
That's how we do over here, boy.
That's how we do, bro.
Mando, dude. So, yeah, he, like Ryan said, he's on the Ultimate Fighter, the upcoming season of the Ultimate Fighter, and he hit us up. He actually reached out to us and was like, hey, obviously, I can't fight until the finale, but I want to stay active, and I see you guys have a grappling card. Like, what can we do? We're like,
What he actually
All right.
said, well, the truth of the matter, I mean, Hunter's pretty modest, but what he actually said is, you guys are the best.
yes. You're right. I forgot that part. You're right.
And then he said, like, I really need to fight for you guys.
I have
compete for you guys.
I think it was Connor told me to reach out.
yes. 100%. Like,
You're right, Parm. You're exactly right.
you are correct.
We're having proper 12 apple.
They make that?
Yeah,
How is that?
not bad.
Proper Quapple.
Proper
He's not
Quapple.
even owner anymore.
Oh no, he's
He
just the
sold
mascot.
that.
And he
sold.
did for a lot. It was a nice little
I mean,
payday.
wasn't that the flip to begin with?
No, I'm sure.
Build it up to sell.
Yeah, absolutely. Connor's not dumb.
Well,
Not dumb. He's sometimes dumb, but not dumb.
That's the end of our purple belts
The
that are
end-
signed, sealed, and delivered.
We're into the brown belt.
Brown belt.
We haven't announced this one yet. This is a brand new announcement. Hasn't been said on social media or
Grande.
anywhere.
world premiere.
145.
Danny, you take this one, dude. This is your boy.
145.
All right, so this one, 145-pound brown belt matchup out of the Mat Factory. We have Ron Snee.
E-bar.
He will be going against, out of Indio Dojo, Travis Doherty.
Love it. Love it.
So Travis and Danny Palm are like two peas in a pod. Thick as thieves, as some might say.
Some do say that.
I love that when your mic is open, we can hear how hard you're hitting that button.
You can like hear the smacks of it on the pad. That's awesome. Oh, that's
Oh,
weird.
Jinx, you both
is
owe
weird.
me another beer.
So brown
We
belt,
can make that happen.
Travis Doherty, 33 years old. Ron Snee, 32 years old. These are two guys that are like,
Spring
You know,
chickens.
you look at their tail of the tape and you think everything else is virtually identical.
Oh, I miss him. I love Goldie.
Goldie's
He
awesome.
was awesome, dude.
So I don't know if you know this. I might have told you, but I ran into Goldie like right after it was a Bellator event, right as he became a Bellator announcer.
Yeah.
Like this was his first show. It was NYC, and he was at the, or maybe it was when it was just announced. Maybe he didn't do that show yet, but he was, feeling he was celebrating. Right?
Nice.
He was out. He must have been, at least to my, and we asked him to do a little plug for our podcast. So he did the intro. Hey everyone, this is Mike Goldberg.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's like, "What? Welcome to Octagon 24/7." Like, and so it's on YouTube.
That's sick.
He kept screwing it up. Like
Oh
he
my God.
he could
Oh
not
my
get it right.
God.
He kept saying, "Wait, what's the name of it again?" I'm like, "It's on the mic. Like, just look at the
Just
mic. And it's
Octagon.
Octagon
Or
24/7."
just remember 2 words.
So I don't want to. Come on, give the guy.
We've all celebrated.
I think he had a. But at the time,
Not wrong.
Jim and I had no idea that he had anything to drink. But it was when we posted on YouTube and people were like, "Dude is so drunk," and I was like,
Yeah,
I
guess he
didn't
was.
think he was. What? Oh, maybe.
yeah, he's
Maybe
little.
that's why he was having such a hard time.
That's beautiful.
So yeah.
Love that. I do. I miss and love Goldie. He was super fun.
He was super fun.
Another. You want to take
But
this next
This
one?
next one is just
Filthy.
banging.
So good, dude. It's
So we're with brown belts. These are 2 brown belt studs. Tanner Hall, 195 out of Stout, Pittsburgh. The dude is a complete animal. He had a recent grappling bout in Cincinnati. I think Isaac
Yeah.
really competed on the same card. Got a big win there. And he is stepping into the 247 cage with someone who he's not stepping into the 247 cage for the first time or the second time. This will be the long awaited 3rd appearance for Jake Lowry in the 247 cage. And I got to tell you guys this, he stepped in the cage twice prior to this and he created magic both times.
Yep.
And I suspect on July 14th, he's going to be a 3-time magic maker.
Yep. Totally agree. I can already hear the Lowry. He has an awesome cheering section, man.
Yeah.
One of the best. So we're obviously excited about Jake Lowry being back. But like Ryan said, more excited about the matchup itself because that's just pure magic waiting to happen. Tanner's a beast. Jake's a beast. I have no idea who's going to win that, and I can't wait. Who next?
This is the last original
Yeah.
announcement.
Yeah. Besides MMA, we have a couple fights also.
Yes. But this being the last Sprawl in the Burgh announcement, it's a big one.
Huge one, dude.
Brown belts we have. This is they're going to compete at 165 pounds. First out of Stout, Pittsburgh, we have Daniel Stepinski. Sage is the nickname?
Sage Jitsu.
Sage Jitsu. Okay, it just says Sage.
Well, his Instagram handle is at Sage Jitsu. Sorry.
So you don't know if his nickname is just Sage?
He put
Let
a
us know.
sage on the
Jitsu.
form.
All right, it's just Sage.
Okay,
It's
cool.
just his
See,
Instagram.
Don't assume.
I'm just trying to plug his Instagram so
Come
my guy
on.
can get a couple extra followers. All
Check
right.
him out at Sage Jitsu
There we go.
on Instagram. Like, you didn't plug anyone else, bro.
No, I don't know.
Maybe we should have been plugging all these guys Instagram.
Plug ours at 247 Fighting Championships.
Oh, and by the way, you have challenge number 2 ready yet?
Challenge number 2.
Before we announce this huge brown belt,
Mm-hmm.
we should announce challenge number 2.
I can't think of what you're talking about. I really don't know what you mean.
We had a challenge of like, hey, here's someone we need to fill for a card.
Mm-hmm. I got
Okay,
nothing.
We have a young lady. She's a 135-pound female
Oh,
on the MMA card.
Oh.
She's 4-1 amateur looking to make her pro debut.
oh,
If you are a female at 135 pounds looking to make your pro debut, we have Britt Bickert, who is that how you say it?
yeah. I think
Britt
you
Bickert?
nailed that.
Okay. Britt Bickert is chomping at the bit to get that debut fight out of the way, and she wants to do it on July 15th. This is a challenge and if you know someone, tag them. Tag them. No.
Send them our way.
Send them our way. Tell them about us. Put on their Facebook post and tag us so we have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
These, I don't know if, I mean, the females in pretty much every weight class are very difficult.
Yeah.
So if anyone knows someone, help us help Brittany get her pro debut done.
Yeah, she's awesome for sure. They're very excited about her pro debut, and we're excited to potentially host it. So, like Ryan said, the female MMA in particular is hard to match because the pool is very small.
It's
They've
very
all-
shallow.
Yeah, they've already fought each other or they train together. It's tough. Options are very limited. So we do have a few on the table right now, but throw some more our way. 135-pound female. Where you at? Come fight Britt for us. That would be awesome. So yeah, that's a good plug.
Can I ask maybe an ignorant question? Something you just mentioned.
No.
Okay.
No, we love ignorant
Man,
questions.
7:15. I'm out of here.
Yeah. No.
Well, time to wrap up, folks.
So folks within their home gyms don't like to go against each other in official
Correct.
bouts, right?
Yeah, for the most part, even if you just train in Pittsburgh, you won't fight another like
In
Matt.
MMA,
Yeah, like Matt Factory won't fight
Interesting.
Stout.
as a pro,
Yeah,
if they're like lower level amateurs, they'll fight. But like a lot of the like medium level to pros,
Mhm.
medium level amateur to pros, like they might get work at multiple places and they end up like working out with these people and they don't want. Like,
Got it. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. There's a camaraderie in a gym.
Sure.
I imagine.
but that's primarily MMA.
hmm
Whereas with jujitsu, there's less of those.
right. I mean, we just said Lowry versus Tanner Hall.
Like those guys know each other.
Yeah, they
They're-
for sure know each
Right.
other. Matt Factory versus Stout, but they would never fight each other.
Gotcha.
They would never
yeah.
fight MMA. Like that matchup at the level that they're at would never happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like no stout fighter at this level
Mhm.
would fight another Matt Factory.
So
guy.
seeing them on Sprawl in the Burgh is probably the only time that's going to happen.
The only
Right.
time.
Unless,
Good call.
yeah,
If you ever
fun.
wanted to see, if you were ever like fantasy matchmaking, like why doesn't this stout guy go against this Matt Factory guy?
Sure.
That would be awesome.
You see them training all
This is
the time
your
together.
chance.
right,
You know?
right. This is your chance to do that.
Get your tickets at
July.
247fighting.com.
Drink parm.
I'm here to promote this, baby.
Drink parm. You know what though?
I gotta say something.
Go ahead.
I love our friends at Sunny Days In Home Care.
They're awesome.
Those guys. Let me brag on them a little bit. If you've never seen them or heard of them, you need to check them out. Go to sunnydaysinhomecare.com. But a lot of times when your grandparents or your parents are getting older in age and you stop over their house and you're like, wow, like I'm not able to get over here enough to take care of them. Like I don't want to put them in a home. Listen, there are solutions to that. People have already gone down that road.
Mm.
Sunny Days In-Home Care has taken on the Western Pennsylvania scene and they now own it. They take care of many, many people in such high, like the most caring ways. And so if you have someone that might need that type of attention, you don't want to put them in a home. They don't want to go in a home, but they need a little extra care that you're able to give to them. Give Sunny Days In-Home Care a call. Check out their website. They're awesome people. I will guarantee you they're going to take very good care of you.
Yeah. Ryan said it, but of course, when you enter into this realm, you want somebody who's going to genuinely care for your loved one, like treat them with respect and dignity and everything. And that's everything they stand for. Like when you're around the people all the way at the top at Sunny Days, from the top down, they're just crazy, respectful, generous, fun to be around people.
Yeah, absolutely. And they have really gone above and beyond from literally the first day that 247 started through now, and they've ratcheted up their support for us every time, and we could not be more thankful. So we owe it to them. Pittsburgh MMA owes it to them. Help them out with your business. They're the best there is.
Absolutely.
So the in-home care thing,
Yeah.
will they fight each other?
Absolutely. They really like, as a matter of fact, if you hang out at their table, you might hear some going on while you're there.
Throw some bows.
No, actually, they're like the most pleasant people
Literally.
you're ever
yeah,
going to
the
meet.
nicest. For sure.
That's quite a calling.
Yeah, they are
For
They're-
real. Yeah.
They are great people that I've known. I've known them for quite a long time, much longer than 247 has been in existence. So those guys have been awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, they're the best. We left you guys hanging.
We kind of made you wait.
We
Hard.
talked about Daniel Stupinski at Sage Jitsu. We said that, but who's he fighting, Ryan? Who's he competing against? Have you ever heard of this guy?
So the thing about Daniel Stupinski is we really felt like he deserved a super easy, like no competition at all. Like, let's give him a guy that like he's just gonna roll over.
Mhm.
So that's what we did. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent is Ethan Goss.
I know that guy.
Ethan the Wolverine Goss. I make jokes. I harass this guy. Like, he's deserves every single bit of it. Don't let him fool you. He deserves every bit of nasty remarks I could possibly give to him. But he is, he's 31 years old. Like, the hair might make you think like 60, but he's still only 31. But he's ready. He's ready to get trashed in our cage. And I'm excited about that.
Dude, I'll be totally honest. Whenever you set up Stupinski and then went into Sunny Days in-home care, I thought you were doing it for Ethan. And by the way, this guy could probably use a little in-home care due to his age.
Danny Palm's face right now.
Dude,
The whole time I was waiting for it.
Dude, I totally didn't do that on purpose.
So
Something just clicked for me, by
banger.
the way.
What's that?
If Ethan is Stone Cold Steve Austin, that makes you Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
I mean, that is kind of true. That is kind of true. You're like, who's
Kennedy.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon?
No, there was like a record scratch first. It was like a scratch.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That was
You're
nice.
probably wondering how I ended up here.
So,
There's a bit of an adversarial thing going on here.
yeah, I mean, we're
Vince didn't want Stone Cold as champ either.
I mean, but when it's all said and done, they worked a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
And everyone was better for it.
Sure.
That being said, no one is ever doing good if Ethan Goss is anything. So let's just make it clear, like, go Daniel Stupinski.
Unbelievable.
trash.
This is why we do this. Folks.
This is what it's all about.
Other than our main event, which is two top 10 in the world, PJ Barch and Dante Leone. That is our current fully signed card for Brawl or Sprawl in the Burgh.
Then let's be 100% clear. There are
Let's count.
maybe like 8 more matches that are there and just not quite signed yet. So everything you just heard is by far not the complete card on Fight Night at all.
Yeah, and we're gonna. I mean, we're still 10 weeks out.
Yeah.
We can make it happen. And listen, some of these people are gonna get hurt, and we're gonna make tweaks and changes and all that stuff. But that's the way it lists right at the moment.
And we're working on some big ones too. So get ready for that. Going to be super fun. All right, Brawl in the Burgh 17, the day after Sprawl in the Burgh, July 15th, Saturday, Monroeville Convention Center.
Where to get tickets for this?
247fighting.com.
When can you get them?
Right this second from any phone, computer, however you access the internet. Go to 247fighting.com.
What's the internet?
That's a fantastic
Series
question,
of
sir.
tubes.
Yeah, I think it's
The correct
tubes. I think
answer
it's
is
tubes.
what Al Gore invented.
Yes, yes.
That's the correct answer.
What is Al Gore's finest creation?
Man, bear, pig.
Okay, yeah. I love it.
I didn't hear
You don't
that.
watch South Park.
No.
You don't, oh, no, he doesn't watch South Park.
I'm a loser.
It's his only flaw. He's
So-
otherwise perfect.
There are currently 4 signed bouts to. See, here's the funny thing.
4?
Yeah, 4. There are 4. We anticipate having 10 to 12.
Yep.
Right now there are 4 signed bouts, and we're gonna announce those to you.
All 4.
All 4
Oh, my goodness.
signed on both sides.
Let's start with a light heavyweight matchup.
Oh, well, let's do that then.
Do it.
First, no.
No. Okay, there we go. Out of Stout, Pittsburgh, we have Goat James Padmore.
Love that one.
I should just say Goat James Padmore or Goat James.
I mean, he put Goat James in the fighter information form.
Okay, well then he's Goat James. And his opponent, fighting out of Northeast Pummeling Den, Adam Caldwell.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, 2-0 versus 2-0.
2-0 versus 2-0. I know's got to go.
2 finishes versus 2 finishes.
Whoa.
These two dudes have been wrecking people when we put them in our cage. So now we said, let's take this wrecking ball and put it next to this wrecking ball
And
see
have
what
those
happens.
balls wreck.
Have those balls collide. That's exactly what we said. Clack them.
That's just kind of weird. That got kind of weird. Just saying. All right. So Caldwell versus James Padmore. That is signed, sealed, delivered.
Unbelievable.
So our wonderful, amazing matchmaker of the year, James Sahara Mooney. Folks,
Buck.
if you aren't aware of this, what?
Buck Mooney.
Oh, James Buck Mooney.
Yep.
Listen, if you're not aware, something crazy happened. One of the reasons why we have so many bouts already done with Sprawl and the Burgh is because we were like, this is our first grappling show. We gotta like all hands on deck. Let's try to get this card together. And then we're like, whoa, we have 800 bouts.
Yep.
Let's start really hammering down. So now we're gonna start hammering down on the MMA card. But what I was saying was Buck, James Sahara Mooney, what's up? He is now a full-time staffer here at 247 Fighting.
Huge. That's huge.
Huge. And
Huge.
with more time
Mhm.
comes more responsibility.
Absolutely.
So Jim's not going to be just matchmaking. That's his primary responsibility, but he's going to be doing some other stuff too.
You guys are going to be seeing a lot more of Buck Mooney around these parts.
And guess what? Buck Mooney's in the house. He decided not to join us on the podcast because I need to get some matching done.
That's it. That's a man dedicated to his craft right there.
He is dedicated as can be. We're so excited for him to start doing something. All right. Next.
You have such a problem with sincerity. It
I
really
mean, my love language is complete and utter harassment.
yeah,
Yep.
bullying
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. well,
Some might call it that.
something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
is a Gen X thing.
I think we
Okay.
got, what, featherweights next
Can
up?
you mute his mic from now on? He's not allowed to talk.
Okay, boomer. We got,
I didn't overshoot, did I?
Wait. Is it 7:30? Oh, I thought you had to go at 7:30.
What time is it?
it's 7:22.
Oh, yeah. Fellas. Yeah, I had a hard out 8 minutes ago. So
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't that hard then,
I
was
thought
it?
it was 7:30.
I'm just having such a great time.
Oh,
But
sweet guy.
But I do need to go. I also have to point out that I don't think there has been a side of any podcast table that has had this little melanin in maybe the history of podcasts.
Well, every time he's by himself, it has like extreme small amounts of melanin.
Mhm.
Right.
But now, like, we have more volume of a lack of melanin.
Right.
This is
Yeah.
pretty. This
Yeah.
is pretty impressive. When you look at these two arms,
I
that's-
mean,
It's like the gingerbread
Yeah.
men.
it truly is. It truly is. It just smells like sunscreen over here for
Yeah,
some reason.
it's banana boat all up in here.
This studio light's a little bright. I had to lather up, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it coincidentally is the same color as my skin tone, so you can't really tell.
It just blends right
Yeah.
in.
But this has been a joy. I
And
appreciate.
I was
each of
not
you.
offended by you, but just make sure you close the door and don't find it again.
You got it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Ryan, sir.
Yes, there we go,
There it is.
sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you July 14th, though.
Yeah, I'll be.
That's
I'll
fun.
be there.
We're not leaving, folks. Hang tight.
Yeah, sorry.
we're
I
hanging.
hate to interrupt, but I do have to run. Thank you guys very much for the time, for the opportunity. This was a lot of fun. Danny Palm, stay black.
Love you, brother.
Love you, dude. Take care, man.
All right. So the next bout we have, folks, we don't want to drag you on too long.
No, it hasn't been that long. It's been less than an hour still. We'll power right
we
through
went at
these.
six. See, I thought like we started at 6. Yeah, we're 6.
Nah,
We're good.
6:30. We're good. You guys are fine.
You guys haven't even eaten dinner yet. Like, just keep cooking. All right. We have 2 guys that are looking to get off the schneid, right?
I feel like this guy's definitely watching also the red corner here. So
Okay. So,
get ready, bro.
well, hold on. I feel
wait.
like I'm looking at our sheet, which has the blue side at 0-1, but I feel like he's 0-2.
Interesting.
I feel like if we look on Tapology, I feel like he's 0-2. So let's back
I
check.
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
is he 0-2?
I don't know. I'm not positive. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna check.
Could be.
Before we announce this fight, let's get it right.
He's better than that if it is 0-2. Guaranteed.
I think
Bum, bum, bum. I don't know if you guys can hear the AC unit in this building, but it's pretty aggressive. I tried to apply a filter on OBS, so that was fun in OBS Studio. If any of you guys use OBS Studio and you're watching this and you know how to eliminate background noise, I applied a noise suppression filter. If there is a better way, please let me know. That would be awesome.
okay. So just so you know, he is 0-2.
0-2. All right.
So we have 0-2 versus 0-1.
Yep.
You got it.
Yeah, I got this one. Out of the blue corner, we have DeMar Mathis, who you all may know as Craig Perry's original opponent back in our last event, BitB16. Unfortunately, DeMar was not able to make that fight. However, kept us informed every step of the way. Very valid reason.
And DeMar was on a earlier card at Brawl in the Burgh 9.
Yep. And he wants to run it back. I've been very impressed with this dude striking for sure. I think he's super fun on the feet. He's one of those like very fan-friendly fighters, which, you know, you just said it yourself. He's 0-2. He does leave some openings in that being a little wild and fun. There's a trade-off with that.
He's had some issues on it got submitted a couple times. He got taken to the ground, submitted. He's fixed those issues.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he genuinely, like I said, we keep in good touch with him. He's been awesome. So we truly feel that he's dialed in, ready to go. And he better be, because despite being 0-1, this dude impressed me a lot in his debut just recently at BitB16 against Tim Von Biedenfeld, Timbo Slice. This is James Stevenson returning to the cage, now under the tutelage of Kama Worthy and the Academy. Very interesting transition for him. So he took a loss at BitB16 and instantly said, I love this. I clearly need to get better. Where can I go that's going to be best for my career? Like, he took the loss the best way you can, and I'm going to learn everything I can from losing. If you watch the fight, he looked very good for like the first 2 minutes and just gassed. I got gassed.
I don't know. Gassed is the right word. I think adrenaline dump is more accurate.
Could be. He said his blood sugar dropped badly, so I don't know if it was a fight day diet issue. I don't know what kind of preparation. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for him, but I feel like he has it figured out and is
He's
going
in
to
the right
correct it.
hands too.
He's also dropping 10 pounds because he fought his debut at 155 and weighed like 157 a week before when he did the podcast. So he's a 145er.
He
which,
walks
yeah.
at 155.
Yeah, it's crazy. So he's a 145er for sure, and that's where he'll be for this one. So a lot of changes for James Stevenson coming in, and he's hoping they all pay off. But dude better be ready because DeMar throws heat.
I'm gonna tell you this: when now that Kama is retired from MMA and he's like more active in the day to day of running the gym and working with the fighters and all those things, James Stevenson is in the right hands when it comes to figuring out weight and doing all that. Kama literally went back and forth between 155 and 145 and figured out like where the right spot was for him and realized that he needed to be at 55, even though if he wasn't like the biggest 55 in the world, he's still a big 55er, but he could crush himself and make 45. But that was the Kama's kind of taking him under his wing, and I'm excited to see the fruits of that relationship with the Academy, Kama, and James Stevenson.
Yep. Love that, man.
So,
that's a good combo.
James needs a nickname. I really believe in my
Goat James. Has that been taken?
I think it has to be like Mountie or something like that. The Mount, because he's a should I say that?
Pop?
Yeah, but I don't know. Never mind. Maybe that's not a good thing to.
Well, Ryan's going to get choked out by James Stevenson the next time he sees him.
I didn't even say it. You said you laugh.
Anyway, let's move along. No, I honestly don't know what just happened.
It might be one of those professions where you don't advertise it.
Oh. Nah, he talked about it on the podcast, didn't he?
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Maybe.
Pretty sure.
I'm a paranoid guy.
It's all the weed. Anyway, hanging out with Edwin Vera too much. Anyway, we got another 145-pound advanced amateur fight. This is a rematch, and it's going to be occurring almost a year to the day of the original fight. The original fight was July 23rd, 2022, up in Erie, I believe. Drew Landefeld is back. The Maniac himself is back to avenge a loss against Sonic MMA's Logan Fink. This is such a good fight for so many reasons. First up, the matchup itself is awesome. Logan Fink finished Landefeld with an armbar with quite literally 1 second left in the fight. 1 second left in the fight in the third round. Ridiculous. So, Drew wants this one back. Feels like, I know I can beat this guy. Meanwhile, you would think, you already beat this guy, you're amateurs. What do you have to prove in fighting him again? Why would you take a rematch? Fink and his team were like, yeah, we would love to prove to him that first one wasn't a fluke, which is awesome. I love that mentality. They're like, yeah, we beat him. There was nothing fluky about it. We're going to do it again. Yeah.
Let's run that back.
I love that. So this fight is just super fun, man. Out of Landefeld, out of Rival MMA, Fink out of Sonic MMA up in Franklin, PA. So this is two local boys going at it with a little momentum behind it. I know Drew's been dying to fight for us again, so we're super excited to get him back in there.
Something that's really cool is live while we're on the air, we have a new fight to announce.
Oh, really? I
Yes,
didn't even see
we
that
do.
come through.
So, as we were, I just sat here and a fight came through that was signed on one side and now is signed on both sides, ladies and gentlemen. That's exciting. This is back on the grappling card. So we have one more bout MMA to announce to you. We're going to make you wait on that one. That's the main event of the evening. And
you should probably stick around for that one.
yeah, this is a cliffhanger, intentional cliffhanger, but it's also awesome because as we flip back to the Sprawl and the Burgh card, we have a purple belt match to announce to you.
Lay it on them. I don't have it.
You don't.
Mm-mm.
I do. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you mentioned him, Cameron Kyle. Did you mention him?
I don't think.
No.
No.
Cameron Kyle, this will be at 155 pound. This is purple belts. Cameron Kyle out of Railroad City Jiu-Jitsu and ATT Happy Valley will be battling Octane MMA's Chad Forley.
Love it.
So Chad is the owner now, to my knowledge, unless anything's changed, which I, haven't been on the scene. I would assume Chad's still, Chad's the owner. Octane MMA took over. We mentioned that. So he is on the card. Those are purple belts and 155 pounds. Gonna be awesome.
That's a good one. I love that. I love an owner stepping up, by the way, to put it on the line, because obviously you have to represent. Like, this is your gym. You got to show well for your students, for everybody watching. So that takes a lot of cojones for sure. So kudos, dude. Love that, stepping in there and getting it done.
Well, Chad almost fought for us. We had him signed. There was some injury or something. It was early on in for MMA in our history. I don't remember the matchup. I remember there being a fight poster, so it was actually like a signed bout. But there was an injury on one of the two sides, and it didn't end up happening. And he's never fought for us
Until now.
or fought MMA. But now he's in the cage, grappling away.
That's fun.
Chad Forley.
Love it. Grappling away, Chad Forley. Nice. Love that. Good
I
job.
just alliterated myself.
That's fun.
That's rhymed.
That's fun. We have a pro fight at Brawl in the Burgh 17, July 15th. Tickets available now at 247fighting.com. It's a pro fight that you guys are going to be pretty excited about, I think. Maybe a local favorite. Maybe a guy who brings one of the largest crowds in Pittsburgh history with him. Maybe a guy like that is coming back.
I think he might be.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
you're gonna have to do this because I'm gonna just lay it on the line here. I don't know much about his opponent yet.
That's very fair because we did not either, in full disclosure, my favorite term on the podcast, full disclosure, we didn't either when his name came across our radars. However, one look at this guy will tell you he is a very worthy challenger. He was 9-2 as an amateur. Pretty good. And now he is 1-0 as a professional.
And that win is no slouch. It's a LFA win.
Yes.
At a very high level.
Very high level win. 1-0.
This guy's a beast.
At 145 pounds, Kyle Zimick. We are stoked about this one now. Who could Kyle be facing?
Who?
Maybe a guy that
Who?
you've heard of. Justin, the General. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you, dude, he texted me as soon as he signed this contract, and Justin is hyped for this fight. He texted me and was like, we're selling this place out for this one. He's obviously on a crazy streak right now. Justin is hitting his stride as a professional for sure. A lot of momentum going in, which makes this an incredibly risky fight for him. So I love what's on the line there. There's a lot at stake, truly. If he loses this one, it's a huge step back for him in his career. So he's risking a lot going against a 1-0. Justin, obviously, much more experienced, but if he loses this one, it doesn't look good for him.
Well, I mean, he's more experienced, but like in recent history, like the amount of MMA bouts that they both had has been neck and neck. So
Yeah.
Extremely successful, if not dominant, amateur career. And now he started off on fire, 1-0 with an LFA win.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, this dude, Kyle, 100% coming into Pittsburgh to spoil the party and move to 2-0 and cement himself as one of the absolute best pro featherweight prospects in America.
We've
That's what
seen
this is.
a different fighter, that Justin Patton, the evolution of Justin.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what that next step is. You know, if he keeps taking steps forward, like it's exciting. And
It is.
I can't wait to see what the next chapter brings.
It is super fun because Justin's a guy who is still young, still for sure, probably not even in his athletic prime yet, and feels like he's been around MMA forever already. This is a guy who's been putting in years and years and years of work, and you're finally starting to see like him truly hit his stride. I mean, he's won 3 straight fights, all against tough opponents, and he wants to make it 4 straight and prove that he is ready for, a title shot, that next level, next evolution. So love that for him, man. It's really rewarding, honestly, to see guys build up like that. It's cool when you can see guys, you can just experience them hitting that next level in not only their performances, but their commitment to training, their mentality, how they're taking their careers to the next level. And Justin is certainly at that point right now.
Yeah, see, the interesting thing with Justin is there have been points in his career where he's kind of stumbled, and part of it was due to someone just being better at that point in time, and some of it was also due to Justin not being where he is now, or taking the steps forward that he's taken. So I just get real excited when I think about Justin and all the potential he has, and just his dedication to the craft, to the sport, like putting it all on the line. Like, he's serious about this. He wants to be like, he wants to make a real run. He's not just doing this because he likes it and it's fun. He's doing it because he wants to be known. He wants to be up there with the best.
Although he is one of those sickos that genuinely likes it too.
Well, but ultimately, like, he's not satiated by, the crowd noise or cheers or anything like that. The fire burns for him, like, on success.
Yeah, and we just saw the same career evolution happen with Ethan Goss. Like, just like you just described, Justin, you'd see him be great, and then you'd see a stumble that felt like it shouldn't have happened. And now Justin's at that same point that Ethan just got to, where he's eliminating those stumbles. So this is another one, man. This is a huge test for him. That's a huge test for him. This very likely will be the main event of this card. I think that's safe to say. I would imagine it is.
We haven't, like, we kind of wait till see how things shake out, but I don't anticipate, like, this not being the main event. Could it potentially? Sure.
Yeah. It's main event worthy, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Yeah, for sure. So we'll see how the rest of the card shakes out, but there's 4 fights for you guys. 4. Usually we do shows and, like, announce 1 or 2. We announced, like,
we're obnoxious.
15 fights tonight.
And Danny Palm pressed that darn button over there like 728 times.
Yeah.
Our viewers are, like, sleeping already because they're so intoxicated.
They're done. They are absolutely down and out. So, guys,
you're done. You're done.
You heard all the fights. You should probably come see them in person.
And how would you do that?
You would get on your phone or computer right now. Go to 247fighting.com.
Gonna be a blast. I'm telling you, you're gonna miss out. You're gonna be like, why didn't I buy tickets earlier? Do you remember Brawl in the Burgh 16? There were a bunch of people. We were getting text messages the day of the fight, the day out, like the day before the fight. I got a text message from Kama Worthy's wife, right? Or now wife. At the time, it was his fiance. She said to me, I need tickets. And I said, I'm sorry. So she said, like, is there any way at least, like, I can come? And, you got to kind of make, like, okay, you can sit. I let her sit cage side with me. I didn't have a ticket to sell. Like, so guys, don't be too late this time. It's going to be a really fun time. We are going to have a great time on Friday night. We're going to have a great time on Saturday night. Get tickets. Have fun with us. We'll have fun with you too.
I also want to plug this because we've never done this before, but the Sprawl in the Burgh live stream. So we obviously want you there in person. Everybody who shows up in person has an amazing time. We unanimously hear how much fun people have at our shows. It is, for sure, the best way to experience fights is to be there in person.
So what he's going to say is only for people that are at least 3 hours away.
Yes. If you're 3 hours plus away and you're like, I think I want to stay home, but I do want to watch this, you can watch the live stream right where you're watching this podcast on this 247 Live app or stream 247live.com. And the Sprawl in the Burgh pay-per-view is $10 off right now. It is $19.99 instead of our usual $29.99 for a live event.
If you gonna buy
it now.
Buy now.
And save $10 because on fight week, it's gonna be $29.99 again, like a normal
just like
event.
Everything else.
And we're looking at probably around 25 matches when that rolls around, when it's finalized, probably something like that. So
it's, I mean, what, like, why should they order it? Like, what can they do? Do they like the fighters get anything out of it?
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine if we gave fighters commission on pay-per-view sales?
You do?
We absolutely do.
Oh, but not for grappling.
For grappling even also.
You're kidding me.
Yes, sir. When you check out on 247 Live, when you buy the live stream, there is a field in your checkout that says, if applicable, name the fighter you're supporting. And all you do, type in the name of the fighter you're supporting, and he gets a percentage of that sale. Or she.
Wow.
Wow. This is it.
One of my favorite parts about like filling or figuring out who is owed how much commission for these is, so on our ticketing site we can input the names of all the athletes competing, but on our site on 247 Live you have to type it in.
Right.
So I get lots of things typed into there. It's fun. And
It is fun.
I have to determine like all the stout boys.
Yeah, yeah.
That means I have to split it up between however many stout guys were on the fight. Their commissions get split up. It's usually best to pick one. Each of them getting like 37 cents isn't a big. But so pick one person. If you pick them all, then they'll just split that portion of the proceeds.
And also fighters, when you sign up, you can watch not only the live events. If you get an all access subscription, you can watch live events and any fight in the past. So you can scout, you can watch footage, you can research, you can do all that. And when you check out, you can totally name yourself. If you're a fighter and you say, I'm supporting myself, give yourself some money back. It's literally a built-in discount for
It's
you.
like a little bit of a discount. So here's the thing, $90. You get 365 days of all access, including all pay-per-views. When I say all pay-per-views, I mean all 247 pay-per-views, including grappling, which means MMA and grappling. And here's the thing. Beginning in 2023, there's a pretty good chance that there could be a significant increase in shows that you'll get for that $90.
Right.
But if you buy it then, it might be different pricing if we have like a bunch more shows.
We'll see.
We'll see all that. That's all. Hey, Hunter's giving me the look like, what are you talking about? If you buy it now, you don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. Just go buy it now. $19.99 for Sprawl in the Burgh pay-per-view one-off. $29.99 for Brawl in the Burgh 17 one-off pay-per-view. $89.99 for the yearly all-access subscription. Get them both.
And when you
And
have
everything
all
else for a
access,
year.
you get everything we've ever had and everything we're currently having for 365 days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That sounds beautiful. But ultimately,
that's
you
right.
know what? You should buy tickets. You should come in person.
Oh, yeah.
It's the
this
best
is
way to experience it.
supplementary.
Yeah.
So, if you've never been to one of our shows, we'd love to show you what Pittsburgh MMA is all about. Not only the production value, the in-house DJ. DJ Cake is literally, she'll be at Brawl in the Burgh 17. She is absolutely head and shoulders the best DJ on the face of the planet. We'll have her partner, DJ Magic Mike, on Friday night. Another great DJ. So excited to have him. But they bring the place to their feet. They're awesome. We have lights, we have cameras. You met Parm. He has this special Sony camera that grabs the awesome, like it's something special. And until you come and check it out, and to boot, we have like the most talented athletes in Pittsburgh, amateur and professional, mixed martial artists. And here's another tidbit. We're going to give a little teaser. If what we met with we had a meeting and we're working on some things with 22 The Point.
Mm-hmm.
We're in some negotiating stages. If all this works out the way we want it to, the way it could potentially work out, you may be seeing us every week
That's terrifying.
on all over on network TV, on YouTube TV, on like every week we could be in everyone in Pittsburgh's living room and listen, it may like there's negotiations happening. This is a little sneak peek. We don't know if it'll happen for sure, but we're working hard to make those things happen so the fighters can have this huge platform. So the gyms can have this huge platform. So our sponsors can have this huge platform. What is that?
I have no idea what that was. I think there's a Sasquatch on the roof.
What? I don't know. I didn't even really, I was talking too much to notice. But ultimately, like, these are opportunities that we like are working on and constantly pushing toward to really build this thing up. It benefits everyone involved. We want more eyeballs on the product. We want more people in lines. We want more people buying tickets off of their fighters on our website. We want more people recognizing fighters when they walk down the street going to Giant Eagle. Aren't you Justin Patton?
Yeah.
That's what we want. Aren't you Ethan Goss? I can tell because there's no hair. That's what we want. Aren't you Middlesworth potato chip eating fools? Don't you have a
Pet raccoon.
pet raccoon? You know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But even though the audience is like, what's he talking about? But ultimately, like, we have great dreams. Like, there's other things that we're working on that if these things pan out, like, we're just scratching the surface.
We ain't stopping, ladies and gentlemen, is what he's getting at. There's exciting things coming down the pipeline for us, and it starts July 14th and July 15th.
Man, I
That
get
is
on
the
these
next
podcasts.
step in that journey.
I get on these podcasts and I can't help myself.
He gets hype. That's the passion. He's got passion in his heart and his soul.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Let's help each other build these things up. Like when you get a chance, tell people you need to download this app. You need to check out this podcast. We have a great time here. Hunter does a great job hosting this. I just run my mouth a lot. The Pittsburgh Combat Sports Podcast. We love doing this thing. And we say combat sports. We're talking jiu-jitsu, but we're also talking boxing. So we're going to spend some time in the next couple of weeks talking about a big boxing match that's happening in Florida in the next couple of weeks. Bill Hutchinson, he has a big bout like
Crazy.
this. Like this is a mountain of a boxer that he's facing. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. We're going to talk more about it in the coming weeks. Maybe get him on the podcast. We'll give it a shot for you. We'd love to do that. But yeah.
Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
I was gonna say
Go.
no, I wasn't gonna say. We're ending it right there. I'm out. I'm out.
What
I'm
did
out.
you? What were you gonna say, bro?
Nothing. Nope.
Oh my!
We don't get to
goodness.
know. Tune in next week
All
to
right,
figure out what
folks.
I was gonna say that starts with a W.
We'll talk to you. Out. I'm saying peace out. You know what I'm saying? We still on? Is this thing still on? All right. So I'm gonna tell all the secrets of Hunter now. Oh no, Danny Paul. Hunter Homie Steak